Ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer just around 3 months ago, it left a lot of fans around the world very excited and eager to see the next footage of this movie by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So that's one great thing about this film, is that we do know that Trailer 2, which is all set and ready for its release over at D23 on August 24th of this year, is that it's going to offer the fans a better idea and sense of the tone of this movie, which is what the teaser trailer itself somewhat did to a certain degree, but the new trailer is going to give fans an overall idea of what the tone is going to be like in Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming Trailer 2, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a shot of Luke Skywalker in his ceremonial robes, with R2-D2 next to him, as he is wielding his iconic green lightsaber. It's described that behind Luke is a large fire where he is looking up at the sky and watching a ship leave. It's said that the sequence involves the moment in which Luke witnesses Kylo's departure from his world and taking his Jedi who survived, and that this is in the form of a flashback. The next describes a shot including Rey wielding her ignited lightsaber and running toward two large AT-ATs that are said to be headless, firing at her on a battlefield. Rey is described to be dodging the blast, where she also begins to deflect blaster fire from stormtroopers in the distance. Rey is said to be sporting a white hood over her head in the shot and appears very Jedi-like. Another describes a moment in which Kylo Ren is running and force-pushing Resistance fighters and pirates out of his way, where it's said that he is trying to make his way to a large Resistance base. One of the sequences involves Kylo using his crossguard, striking down a number of soldiers in his path. Lastly, a description of Kylo Ren speed-walking toward a shadowy figure in a major rainstorm, where the figure's face is obscure, where Kylo is said to ignite his saber and run toward it, followed by total darkness, where Palpatine's dialogue is planned to be inserted by Ian McDiarmid himself. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9's Trailer 2 was delayed all the way from San Diego Comic-Con, which was originally planned to debut on July 19th, just 19 days away from today, and that was pushed all the way over to the moment at D23 on August 24th, where they are going to finally unveil this trailer that is said to be in the form of both a BTS and a regular trailer, which, by the way, is something that Disney and Lucasfilm have never done before for any of their Star Wars films, in the sequel trilogy at least. You know, that to me is going to be a very interesting marketing move by Disney and Lucasfilm, JJ and crew, and I'm very curious to see exactly how it's all going to go. Now, with that being said, we do know that regardless, in July, we are going to get some kind of marketing push for this movie. It may not be in the form of footage, unfortunately, but it could be the synopsis will be revealed, it could be new posters, it could be new images for all we know. But nonetheless, in July, we will get some kind of marketing push by Disney and Lucasfilm for The Rise of Skywalker, so look forward to that. Now, as far as everything else goes, do I think that pushing it forward to D23 was a good idea? At the end of the day, it may have been a good idea to wait until the trailer was ready, with the reshoots now taking place and adding in new footage. Now, one of the shots that I do want to go over includes the moment in which Luke Skywalker is said to be in his ceremonial robes. Now, this is said to be in the form of a flashback where he's holding his green ignited lightsaber and looking up at a ship leaving the atmosphere of his world that is the location of his new generation of Jedi and his Jedi training temple. Now, see, that's the thing about J.J. Abrams. We do know that in The Force Awakens, he never got to experiment with Luke. It's kind of a funny thought, right? Because the only thing that he got to really do in The Force Awakens was experiment with Luke in the form of a flashback, and at the very end of Episode 7, where he's standing on the edge of a cliff, pretty much, you know, looking at Rey, wondering why she's there, and JJ really got to do nothing besides all of that. So the fact that he has the opportunity to explore Luke's life in between the originals and the sequels in the form of a flashback, and he's going to bring Luke in the form of a Force Ghost, where it's going to be a type of Force Ghost that fans have never seen before on the big screen. It's going to be somewhat of a different type of reveal and or sequence or sequences than we already saw in the original trilogy, so that should be pretty interesting to see. The other piece that I do want to go over is how there's a moment in which which we have Kylo Ren facing a shadowy figure in a torrential rainstorm, where the shadowy figure's face is said to be obscured. Now, that most likely is indeed the new villain, also known as the Dark Acolyte / Vance, who holds a connection to the spirit of Sidious, since the shot is followed by dialogue of Palpatine by Ian McDiarmid himself. Now, me personally, I think that's a very important move by Disney and Lucasfilm, is to, of course, include a lot of teases and a lot of reveals of Darth Sidious / Palpatine being involved in the upcoming promotional / marketing material of Episode 9. That's going to really hype up the fans and make them excited to see that Palpatine is indeed involved in this story and is going to have a big presence and a big role in this film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.